and welcome. I was given a Spalted Beech bowl blank by a friend of mine a little while ago, and it measures 9¼ inches in diameter by approximately 4 inches deep. It's waxed all over. I don't know what condition the wood is inside, how punky it is, whatever. I've got it on a ring faceplate which fits into the Axminster sea jaws. I've got that screwed in nice and securely, so I'm just going to see what is revealed as I start to turn it. So without further ado, let's turn this Spalted Beech bowl. Okay, rookie mistake, I forgot to turn the camera on. Apologies there. Anyway, what I did, I used the Simon Hope double-ended 1/2 inch Crown Cryo bowl gouge. I squared off the end a bit here just to get it hopefully up above the 750, and just did on the face here, which has revealed quite a bit of punky stuff here. However, now I can get it up to around 1000 RPM and I'll start shaping the outside of the bowl. I've got the basic shape of the bowl that I want, so a calabash type turning in on the rim, but there is a lot of, it's beautiful here, but there's a lot of punky stuff. But if I change the camera, I can show you there, really punky. So what I'm going to be doing is some shear cutting as opposed to shear scraping. Lower the tool rest, lower the handle right down, and I'll be using just the left wing here, very light cuts to see if I can get that a bit smoother, and then we'll see if might have to do a bit of sanding sealer application to harden up those fibres and then go through the process again. So I'll try it first and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so what I decided to do, because this part here is really quite deep, so I could shear away to my heart's content, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Simon Hope heavy duty negative rake scraper, but before I do that, This part here I'm going to fill with thin CA glue and dust from the turning, and there's also up here, if I change the camera, just here, there's some bad tear out there, and that bit there I'm going to fill as well, and then I'll start negative rake scraping when that's completely cured. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll see you when that's done, and we'll try again. So what I've done is I've just done a few passes with the negative rake scraper. Doesn't look too bad, and on the other part here, that isn't too bad either. That's filled that big gap there. So what I'm going to do is spend some time gently scraping with the heavy duty negative rake scraper, and we'll just see what as good as I can get it, and then I'll make a decision where to go from there. It's never going to be a perfect finish all round, but there's some lovely figure in it, and it's one of those things that I feel is worth persevering. We'll see. So I've spent some time with a negative rake scraper. I don't think I'm going to improve it anymore, even with more applications of sanding sealer. So I'm going to have to accept that this piece is what it is. I'll spend again some time sanding and see if we can further improve it, because the fibres are fairly stiff there. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to carry on sanding now, and I won't bore you with that. I'll come back when I've sanded and ready to put the finish on. So I've sanded to 320 and got the punky areas as good as I think I'm going to get them. I'm now applying Hampshire Sheen pre-thin sanding sealer. I will then apply True Grit, abrasive paste. That hopefully will fill some of the little indentations from the punky areas. And then I'll see how much this sanding sealer is absorbed. I might apply another coat, I don't know yet. I'll just see how it goes. And then finally Hampshire Sheen High Gloss. And then we'll call it a day with the outside of the bowl. So I'm just buffing off the Hampshire Sheen. Not too much pressure, you don't want to melt the wax, and also always finish off at the end of the piece to minimise streaking. So there you go. I'm quite pleased how it's turned out, smooth to the touch. This very, very punky area here, bit of character there with the infill of CA glue and shavings or dust from the turning. Yeah, I'm quite pleased. And the piece at the top of or on the edge of the bowl here, some lovely figure. Just there, that was really quite bad, and I think it's just a bit of character, and yeah, it was worth persevering, I think. Okay, so we'll spin him round and take out the inside. So that's the inside of the bowl finished now, nice undercut following the same thickness as the shape on the outside of the bowl. We've got the same problem here with the punky piece which we had on the other side, so I will be applying a couple of coats of the sanding sealer to stabilise that and to stiffen the fibres, and then I'll sand it as smooth as I possibly can. But all in all, I'm quite pleased how it's turned out. So I shall do that, and I have to say that the Simon Hope heavy duty negative rake scraper really does a good job. Okay, I'll come back when I'm buffing up the Hampshire sheen. So I'm just going to buff up the Hampshire sheen. Same as the outside of the bowl, I gave it actually one more. I gave it 3 applications of sanding sealer to try and stiffen up those fibres in the very punky areas. It was more punky on the inside than the outside. Seems to work okay. Then sanded to 240, true grit, and then Hampshire sheen, which I'm just buffing up now. I've said this before, it's not going to be a gallery piece, but I like it, I enjoy turning it. Pleased with the shape, and actually pleased how the punky areas ended up. So there she is finished. It's amazing actually how much this piece has moved. It must have been, I didn't actually take the moisture level of it, but it's moved quite a bit during the turning, but nevertheless. And this is the piece I'm pleased with, because that was really punky and soft and smooth to the touch now. A few little indentations, but that all adds to the character. But all in all, it's got some nice figure and was worth the effort in my opinion. And I also, apart from undercutting the bowl, I also put a drop, if you like, on the edge of the rim there, and I think that that works pretty well as well. So all that remains to do now is to take off the tenon and the job will be done. Well, there she is finished. Rather nice looking bowl, worth persevering with it. Those punky areas in there and here, I'm rather pleased that the sanding sealer did its job. It's not perfect, but it's more than good enough, and lovely figure, and it would have been a shame not to have turned it. And it's 8.5 inches in diameter by just under 4 inches deep. Nice shape on the outside, undercut inside to match the wall thickness, and I just drop the edge there a bit, give it a bit more character, and the base is ready for my logo to go on. I'll put some pictures up at the end. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers now.